Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for Humanities at Play. My name is Kathleen Kuo, and I am a program manager with Nevada Humanities, our state's council partner at the National Endowment for the Humanities. With Humanities at Play, our goal is to pair gameplay and other interactive activities with thoughtful discussions about the humanities and how they shape and enrich our everyday lives. A couple quick notes before we get started today. If you're a first-time Twitch user, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Welcome in. If you'd like to chat with us and ask questions, you can make a free account, and that way, if you want to type in our chat and ask questions of our guests later in the second half of our stream, you can do so. But of course, you can also watch and listen without an account. So if you do make an account, feel free to follow and chat. We always love to hear from our friends. Today, it's my pleasure to have with us on our program Jesse James Ziegler, who is the current Poet Laureate for the City of Reno. Jesse, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you doing, Kathleen?
I am good. It is springtime. It is warming up. The world is getting there.
It is. You wouldn't have known that today here in Reno because we got some snow down here in Reno and Sparks, and it's giving multiple inches over Donner Pass.
Ooh.
But somewhere spring is on the way.
Yes, it's on its way. So, Jesse, I'm so excited that we're streaming tonight. It's so much fun, I think, always getting to know the new poet laureates for Clark County down south in Nevada, and of course for the city of Reno. I think we're so lucky to celebrate poetry in that way in our state. So, for those of you who don't know Jesse, I'm going to read his bio. And Jesse, feel free to chime in afterwards if there's anything else you'd like me to add. But Jesse
Okay.
James Ziegler is, as I said, the current poet laureate for the city of Reno. He is the creator and manager of Monday Night Poetry, vice president for Spoken Views Collective, and he is a member of the Sierra Literary Cooperative and a spoken word poetry contributor to Reno Art News. Jesse runs a twice monthly all ages poetry group and open mic called True Colors in collaboration with our center. He was the first ever poet in residence for the Bruka Theatre, and he held that position for 3 consecutive seasons. His first collection of poetry, Five, was published in 2019 and brought to life through their annual New Works Festival. Jesse opened and hosted the world premieres of Brandon Leake's original spoken word play, Insomnia. He was the winner of season 15 of America's Got Talent. And Jesse has been a performance artist at the annual Utah Arts Festival. He has served as a host, judge, and prompter for the Nevada chapter of the National Poetry Out Loud organization, and he continues to be the curator and host of a monthly poetry book club, Collective Breath. Jesse is also an active member of the Nevada Poetry Society, which is a state chapter of the National Federation of State Poetry Societies. Jesse, that is a million things. How are you? How do you manage to do it all?
Well, it's just loving poetry so much. It's been a lifelong love of mine. And with the recent opportunity to take on the roles and responsibilities of the City of Reno's Poet Laureate, I feel like I've got this 2 year window of opportunity to just go even harder at the art form than I ever have before, and especially during the month of April, which we all know is National Poetry Month. So I'm excited. Physically, it can be tiring, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, it's uplifting, and that's why it's important to have nights like tonight where we focus on being playful and engaging in wordplay. You know, some of the things that we'll be getting into tonight are why I first fell in love with poetry when I was a little kid. So I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
excited
excited.
too. And I'm just going to read a couple comments from chat as we talk about spring, right? How it was, just snowing up north in Reno. I guess it's also is chilly and windy in Las Vegas today. In the Pacific Northwest, it was almost 80 on Tuesday and then it dropped to the 50s on Wednesday. So, yeah, weather is so unpredictable in the spring. Absolutely. So tonight, for the first hour or so of our program, Jesse and I are going to be playing a game called Mad vs. City. We're going to be playing the part of giant robots partaking in epic robot rap poetry battles. And this is a community game, so actually anyone in the audience is welcome to play along with us. You can play from your phone or a separate web browser if you want to open one up. You can also vote on your favorite raps from the audience. If you'd rather not actively participate, you can still vote on your favorite raps once we get started. And then we'll also share some instructions for the room code and how we join once we get started. So after about an hour-ish or so of Madverse City, we're going to take a 5-minute break so everyone can stand up and stretch, get hydrated, get a snack if you want one, and then we're going to reconvene for a one-on-one conversation with Jesse. And this is where we get to learn a little bit more about his goals as a new City of Reno Poet Laureate, the role of poetry in his life, and all the good, fun poetry things. So again, don't be shy about sharing any comments or questions you might have. I think the beauty of Twitch is really getting to interact with everyone. So we always love when people post stuff in our chat. So, all right, Jesse, I'm going to pull up this game and then we are going to get started. I'm so excited to play this game with you. I always love playing Jackbox games with people. All right. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you to make sure you can see and hear everything. Okay, Jesse, can you see and hear my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to close this really quickly for the audience so we can make sure we have the room code open. All right, so if people from the audience want to play, go to the website jackbox.tv, and in just a moment, we'll give you the room code.
Another robot? Yeah, I guess I can get you.
All right, so this is the room code, Jesse. And then I'm going to put this message in the chat. So if one of the mods can pin that, just so people know where to go, and then the room code for people who want to play along with us. So again, if you want to play in the audience, SWTR is the room code if you want to play in this first round, or if you want to play later on, you can put that in and vote. And we'll just give people a couple more moments. So I
can sing just fine.
Perfect. Oh my goodness, Frio DeVito, that is such a good name. Okay, so I think we're going to get started. I think 6 is a good group, and then once we get started, if you want to still play, we have that room code. So I'm going to press everybody's
Doors
in
open
to start.
3, 2. Okay, wait. False start, everybody. Doors open in 3, 2, 1.
And let me know if I need to turn the sound up or down at all.
Hey. Yo, it's Shadow Master down here. Try not to step on a brother, all right? All right, the mic's in your hand, Rach. Up with all these robots.
Okay, I guess it's all on me then. Thanks, Shadow.
I love how old school this
Here's
is.
how you do it. We'll ask
I
you
love
for a
it.
word or a phrase. We'll use it to complete line 1
Okay,
of
so
your
it's
rap.
kind of like Mad
You'll
Libs.
then write a line that rhymes with it. We do that about 2 times, and you have your 4-line verse. We hear him back, and we vote on that winner, which, honestly, you all are.
Yeah, we're all winners today.
Yo, where is Gene the Supreme at? Tell him to get up in here and grab the mic. He's on. What's the word, Shadow?
Okay, so it looks like we stuck with these robots. I hope they don't destroy everything in sight. All right, hip-hop heads, are you ready? I can't hear that. I said, are you ready?
Yes.
Cool. Let's get it in.
Okay, so if you're playing,
It's time to look at
they're
your
about to give us
Follow each instruction
directions
that you
on
see,
how to
and
play.
then you let them rhymes start coming off the top of your dome. Hit the suggestion button if you need help.
Okay, so here we go. Oh my goodness. I am sometimes I'm not very good at thinking on my feet. This is tough. Oh, welcome in, Tulip and Tulip. So good to see you. Feel free to join in from the audience if you would like. We just started our first round. We're celebrating National Poetry Month with Jesse Ziegler, the new City of Reno Poet Laureate, tonight. I cannot think of any rhymes at the moment. Wow, someone is quick. This is asking me to give a noun in my pocket, but I don't have pockets. What would I normally carry in my pocket? Oh, thanks for joining us from your break. We appreciate you being here, though. It's really good to see you again.
I haven't seen this before. It says, rapidly press these buttons to make weird stuff happen.
Yeah, I wonder, will something happen? I'm gonna press some buttons. I wonder if that's the green thing. I'm pressing buttons. Let's see.
I don't know if it's I can't tell anything that it's doing differently on my screen.
Yeah, I do see the white circles with the green. I don't know if that's us pressing it.
Okay, you're about halfway through.
Okay, we got a minute left, so we're just waiting on 3 more people to finish up. Okay, let's see if I feel like this green circle. Maybe this is me button mashing. Let's see if this works. I did it! I destroyed the informant's parking garage. Okay, so I think that's what the green circles are if you mash them, Jesse.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. 30,
I see.
30 seconds left.
Right for me to have us fill in
Each one of those.
Yeah. So are we gonna call a train? Oh, there's the train.
You better get them fingers moving.
9 seconds left. 5 seconds left. All right, here we go.
Here's the matchups for round
All right, let's see what everybody came up with.
All my hip hop heads to be front and center, y'all. We got the first 2 robots.
I'm versus whoever Wiglet is.
So let's
do
this. All right, you got to hit those voting buttons. Let us know if it's whack or dope.
When life gives me lemons, I make mustard. When my girlfriend ignores me, I binge on custard. Cover your heads, my beats drop like marble slabs. I prefer to ride in traditional taxi cabs.
Those are good rhymes.
Yo, time's a wasting. Let's keep it moving. Did you hear what they just said?
Okay. Way to bring it, Gene.
Okay, Freddie DeVito.
I dropped one.
Can they hear me as well, Kathleen, or just you?
Yep, they can hear you.
Me trying to give me cheese for free. I may not be charming, but I'm ecstatic. Instead of the rhyme, I have opted just to dance.
Oh, I love that.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you. Check it. Tell me who was the whack cat.
Okay, so now we get to vote on our favorite. I feel like this is like a really accessible way to think about poetry. I feel like sometimes people forget that music, like the world of music and songwriting, like that's also poetry. Yes, I have opted Just to Dance was really good. There we got 6. Oh, it's a tie! Nice. Yes, traditional taxi cabs had me chuckling. That was good.
Let's move on, y'all. Where my 2 MCs at? Let's go.
All right, Genevieve and Frito DeVito.
How did it declare a winner if it was tied?
I'm not sure.
This amazing line was written for me. Run and find cover 'cause I'm about to whistle. Words with lots of rhymes include note and try.
This is a very abstract poem.
All right,
I like
all
it.
right. We heard that. Let's keep it moving.
Your turn. Get ready.
Okay, Genevieve.
Getting stuff done like a total CEO. I'll win this round with my personality.
Okay.
Everywhere I go, fans shower me with lemons. I have brilliant strategy, but it's a secret.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Now we got to move on.
Gosh, I don't know which one to pick. These are both good. I do love the design. I love that Genevieve's head is like an old school floppy disk, and I love kind of that old like
I do like
flip
that
phone.
The voting button.
Nice. Congrats, Genevieve. Cheer bonus. Ooh.
We got our winner. Congratulations.
Next 2 robot battlers. Let's get it in.
Oh my goodness, look at my robot. I love it. All right, well, this is Silver. All right, Silver, let's go.
My impact is massive like a raging leopard. My rhymes are demonic, just like Mark Shepard. Look at me now living the life to the biggest. If anybody has any extra rhymes, could I use them?
Like the way I
Do I even
did.
have to say it? Do I even have to tell you how hot garbagey that
I know,
was?
Wiglet. I love my
That's
Tamagotchi
you.
robot too. This is perfect. How did they know? This is me.
I'm the ultimate ruler. What I say becomes happiness. Listen to me or else you will be unhappy, yes. I keep success in my pocket next to my wallet. No sunshine here, just holler at it.
I couldn't think of what rhymed with wallet.
All
So
right,
sorry.
peace and love. Let's move on. All right, now you got to use your devices to find out who gonna make it and who gonna get slayed.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
I do like robot for sure.
Yeah. Can we vote on robot design? I really. If I were a robot, if I were reincarnated as a
Let's get those
robot,
votes in.
I would definitely be this one on the left for sure.
Yeah, the other Silver kind of reminds me of Bumblebee from Transformers. Your robot seems like it would have been on the Jetsons.
Yeah. These are great robots.
Yeah.
Silver, I would have voted for you. I did like your rhymes.
Congratulations, we got our winner. Now it's time for our next matchup.
I think
Where
it's
my
unfair. I think
MCs at?
we're voting for the Tamagotchi, really. Okay, Wiglet versus Jesse James. All right, Jesse, what you got?
Go first,
From here
though.
to San Francisco. From rap battles to 70s disco.
Nice.
I know what they mean. Mo money, mo paper clips. Tasting champagne with itty bitty flavor.
Oh, that's really funny. I love that.
Okay.
Mo
word,
money,
smooth.
mo paper
That's dope.
clips.
Now let's keep it moving. Now you know it's your turn, right?
I'm a thing of legend, a regular Barbra Streisand.
Nice.
And you hate you hit me with is nothing but a rebrand.
Oh, that's a good
There's a
rhyme.
planet named after me called Antigone. My life may be an epic, but it isn't a tragedy.
Oh, that's so smart. I was like, how are you going to rhyme with Antigone? I love that,
All right,
Wiglet.
I see
Oh,
you
this is
swag.
so hard. I like both of
Ding,
these.
ding, the bell has rang.
Ah.
Vote to see who's the dopest MC.
I like my robot has a VHS tape for a chest.
These are very good.
Let's get those votes in expeditiously.
I know, I love the designs are really great. The Geach says, I feel like that robot was voiced by Money, the Jiggle Jiggle guy. Yeah. It's a good rhyme. Gosh, I think both of you are winners. It was really hard to pick just one.
I thought we'd only have like 15 seconds to vote.
Oh, you got more time. Okay.
Good job, Wiglet.
Yes,
your
that was
winner.
good.
Congratulations,
Antigone and
Shorty.
Tragedy
Good
were
job.
good rhymes.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Good job. Now let's check out the numbers. Let's see who's winning this right now.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Writing time.
Round 2.
Follow the instructions on your device.
Hello!
Give me a singular noun. Something painted. Huh. This is hard. What do you paint? Painted. Ostrich says Kathleen running away with it. I think people were just voting for the Tamagotchi. But thank you. And a noun, a toy or a game. I think realizing that whatever you put, you have to come up with a rhyme with later. It's making me kind of reconsider some of my initial thoughts about what I want to say for my blank.
Oh, it's trying to do the... It won't let me destroy the informant's parking garage because you already did. So it kept track of the Godzilla-like damage that we did to the city. There we go.
I know, it's like writing... I kind of forget the premise of this game is kind of like apocalyptic, robots are coming. I'm just like, oh, great, like robot rhymes. We'll just ignore this other mayhem happening.
What they give you for the clues, it just asks you to put in a word, and you don't really know what line it's going to give you for the feeder line.
Yep. It is fun seeing, like, yeah, it's like, oh, this is how you're using that word when it all comes together. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, Loading Tulip. Hope to see you next time. It was great to see you. Thank you.
Somebody left?
Yes. They were just here during their work break, which is really nice of them to pop in for.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, 40 seconds left for 2 of our players.
There we go. I just called the train.
Okay.
Now, if you can't think of anything at all, you can use that Write For Me button.
Oh wait, I'm gonna click call the train too. 18 seconds.
Type faster. Time's almost up.
We got 7 seconds. Hope we can make it on time. All right.
I guess everybody entered.
The undercard, the main event for round 2. You better get that loot. First battle, let's get it going.
Okay, Jean versus Frito DeVito.
You want to be me, but you're just too stinky. Does anyone else smell burnt toast? If you were on TV, you'd be Matt LeBlanc. Let's settle this with the race around the block.
That's like a near rhyme. Cool.
That was kind of cool. I know you could do better than that, though. All right, grab the mic.
Wiglet says, this is the silliest nonsense I've written in a while, and I'm excited to hear the robot say it. Me too, Wiglet.
Salad. I health today is pretty freaking valid. I got more processing power than a smart fridge. The sun's in my eye, can we move just a bit?
That's cute.
Thank y'all. Let's keep moving. The battle is over. It's time for you to pick up your devices and vote. You got to get them votes in.
Does this make you think of Monday Night Poetry, Jesse, except maybe more robot-y?
A little bit, yeah. Because we do have several people. My host every second Monday goes by the stage name Touche, and they improvise a lot, and I find that skill set very appealing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really hard. Like, as I'm coming up with the rhymes, like doing it on a spot and being timed, it's difficult.
Now my next 2 battlers are up.
Props to people who think fast on their feet. Okay, Jesse versus Silver.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. Well, is Silver going first,
yes.
though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm hot to the grind. Is it true you prepare by listening to Marilyn Monroe? Honestly dope. Puts you in a flow.
Nice.
That was okay. Now let's keep it moving.
Okay.
I thought that was great, Silver. Don't listen to the announcer.
Don't let them get away with that.
All right, Jesse, here you are.
Me and my crew, we call ourselves the Giraffes. All business still finding room for laughs.
Nice.
You better sit down, things are gonna get depressed. But I'm far too blessed to be stressed.
Got 3 rhymes and 1 in that last line.
All right, thank you. Now we gotta move on. Time to pick somebody to vote for. Let's get those votes in.
I know, it must be so fun for you to see after you put in your lines, right? Like, oh, like how is it used? Like, how do you use giraffes and depressed?
Time
Right.
to vote.
You know, I'm coming up with animals, just kind of answering the question.
Yeah.
But I like that challenge, though, of not trying to read too much into it, but just answering the question with the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good
And then
challenge.
moving on. whatever whatever it is. And I like that you can't vote for yourself.
That is so much money. Imagine if you could make $200,000 from robot rapping.
Next match,
That'd be amazing.
I would love it if I could do that.
Okay,
You put me
Genevieve.
down, I'll give you $1. Don't go try putting me in a collar. You should run away and join the circus.
Ooh.
Okay.
I promise to get up early and run 3 miles.
Okay. Surprise ending.
This is my brain on your
I know, I
rhyme.
want that world too,
Stop
Wiglet.
You're on deck. Let's go. Come on.
The announcer is
To
hard.
the hands because the face won't run. I hope these rhymes will get easier.
Oh no.
As looks go, you're far from lovely. This is better than kissing, I assume.
Okay. I'm like free
That was
association
okay.
here.
Wasn't the best
Okay.
I heard, but it wasn't the worst either. Right now is the time to vote, so start clicking that button. Voting time.
I just really
right
love
now.
these designs. This is very fun.
So do I. Given the weather outside, it is kind of the perfect thing to be doing because that's how I build it online. I was like, are you wanting to be interactive and creative? Are you also wanting to stay home? Well, tonight you get to enjoy the
Exactly.
best of both worlds.
Yep.
It's dumping snow and really windy here.
Oh, congrats, Genevieve.
Nice, Genevieve. But look, only 5 people voted. I thought we had 6.
We do. Sometimes, I think people might not always be on their
Check
phones.
it
So that's
out. I
okay.
need my next battlers up and
So it'll
ready
change
to go.
every time. Okay, Wiglet, me and you.
All right, let's see. Wiglet's starting off.
I look great. You look like an old perfume bottle. Meet me in the streets. I'll make little England's waddle.
Very cute.
No dress rehearsal. This is a debutante ball. With my beat and my gown, I'll smoke you all.
Oh, I love that. I loved what you picked. Very
Okay.
cute.
All right, that's cool. Time for you to answer. You gotta come strong.
Here, let me paint you a car.
Boy,
It's glittery bright and looks like a star. Your rhymes are childish. Go play with your Tamagotchi. It's me, Robot Kathleen, the ultimate gotchi.
I couldn't think of what rhyme with Tamagotchi.
All right,
Because I
right.
cheated a little
see
bit
what you're
there.
working with. Yo, check it out. Now
That's
it's time
okay.
to use your devices to vote on who brought it stronger.
Wiglet, I loved your rhymes. The ultimate gotcha, yeah, thank you. Yeah, debutante ball, that was really good.
Time to vote.
Okay, got 8 seconds left. The only rule is that there are no rules, says Angry Ostrich. That is true. Congrats, Wiglet. That was good. Cheer bonus.
Okay, there's your winner.
You both got some
Round two
cash,
over.
though.
Yes.
Final round coming.
Okay, final round's coming up. I don't know what the
Now
final
let's
round
check
is
out the
like.
scoreboard.
Genevieve, look at you. Congrats. Ran away with the lead.
All right, now it's time to get
Nice.
them lyrics flowing. You gotta
Giant
get in
Robot
'em, so
versus
let 'em have
Monster
it.
Shark, a documentary. Oh, okay, this is the last one.
Hello.
Hmm. It's so hard to think of rhymes. A plural noun. Me and third place are good friends, says Wiglet. Third is a good place to be. Hard substance. Okay. 1 minute and 40 seconds for everyone else. Good music in the background. I just called the train. Alright, 1 minute and 5 seconds left for 2 more people.
Got about a minute left.
So I have the sense that Freedy and Frito DeVito, it's possible that you might be the same person. Maybe you actually put the same or wrong, a different name in twice.
Hitting the writer's block.
Maybe you're two different people, I don't know. Either way, I like that there's a Freedy DeVito and there's a Frito DeVito. That's great.
That's what I was wondering. It took me a second to figure that out. I thought, well, okay. Did somebody like leave the game and then join again?
Yeah.
It's her. That's okay.
I'm playing as Freedy.
Okay.
Frito is in the void. I don't know where he went.
Okay. I think, yeah, Frito is voiced by the AI, so that's fine. Okay.
Oh my stars! This entire card is
Oh my goodness. Jean and Genevieve are the headliners, and there's something poetic about
Now let me hear you
Jean
spit it.
being the first part of Genevieve. That's really funny.
My angle is to turn you sideways. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Or the sky. Don't talk back less you wanna get reamed. It's a long shot, but I guess the rhyme is orange.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you.
There we go.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
gotta
computer
answer.
ready for
Put some weights
Frito.
on them muscles and get them words
So
out.
Frito DeVito is computer generated?
Yes.
I've got to be honest, you're a huge Karen.
Oh.
And so on.
Oh, Silver Bumblebee.
I'm gonna school you tuition's $1 billion. Don't count me out. There's still the pity vote.
Oh no, Silver!
All right, peace and love. Let's move on. All right, now it's time for you to use your devices and vote.
Okay.
Let's get those votes in expeditiously.
Congrats. That is so much money, Silver.
Okay, good
Champ!
job. Good job. We got your winner. Hey, man,
love that.
come on. Watch where you're stepping. You know what it is. It's the next matchup.
Silver said the game is calling me out since I picked right from you on that last one. It was still really funny.
On the edge
That was
of a
good.
cliff. Don't
Uh-oh.
check the biff that fall, don't stall. I'm sorry to hear all you brought is trash. My rhymes are so hot they evaporated.
That was okay. Now let's where the next spot at? Grab the mic and
I'm a master musician, you're a small time for bottom.
Oh my goodness.
I'm top if this you're all the way at the bottom list. Hold up now, just wait a 4 seconds. Let the crowd call out for more beckons.
Wow, phlebotomist and bottomless. Good rhyme there.
All right. We heard that. Let's keep it moving. Okay, y'all. Now the battle is over.
Oh, gosh.
You gotta use your devices to vote.
That's why you have to embrace the randomness of the game. Like the little bit of in me that used to do Mad Libs all the time loves this game.
Good. Yeah, I loved Mad Libs so much when I was in like middle and high school. When we did like English class Mad Libs. Loved it. Wiglet says, I totally agree, Jesse. And Wiglet, glad you're enjoying this game. Wiglet says it's great to exercise my rhyme muscles. Genevieve said, yeah, it's working my brain for sure. Yeah, it's fun to play with words.
Absolutely.
Cheer bonus.
We have gotten over. Congratulations.
I like the secret like animations for
Time
when you
for our
win. That's
next
great.
battle. So we need the next
Wow,
two
my
pieces to
VHS
step up
tape
and
just switched to
get
Victory.
down.
That's
Okay, Wiglet, me and you again.
Your rhymes are like a patchwork of trash panda heaven.
all right. You're going first, Kathleen.
I
Let's bring
see
it.
at least 7. I can't listen to you. Your head's hard as plastic. Relax a little so you can become like elastic.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
There you go.
My
Come on now, you
Tamagotchi
gotta
is so
answer
angry
that.
looking.
Where you strength that in your words?
You run your mouth, I choose my words expeditiously.
Oh, good word.
I know I'm serving drama, but I do it deliciously. Staring at your face is like staring at caftans made of yarn.
we
With
go.
a smirk on my face, I'll put you down behind the bar.
Wiglet, I love expeditiously
All right,
and
thanks.
deliciously.
Now
Those
we
are
gotta
such
move
good
on.
words.
All right, y'all. It's voting time. Let's make it happen.
Angry at Osher said Mad Libs, Robot Rap Battle Edition. That is exactly what we're doing. And we got one more round left
Get
after
those
this.
votes in.
There's 4 rounds.
No, I think if we want to do like, well, we could either leave it at this and go to the second half of our stream, or we can do like one more round of robot rap battles. We'll see how everyone's feeling.
I mean, like, do they have like after the 3 rounds? Is it just do your total score, or do they have? Is it like playoffs where it condenses down to a?
I think this is the playoffs right now. I think this is the 3rd round, so this is it. So, yeah, let's find out. Congrats, Wiglet!
Here's your winner. Courtesy clap. Now let's keep it moving. Right here, right now, the final.
Oh, that was a heck of a winner bonus there.
I'm renting space inside your superego. But I'd rather rent a Winnebago. In professional
There we go.
wrestling, it'd be the Ric Flair. This is the Nature Boy, in case you care.
Right. I see you, swag.
Oh, I like it.
Come on down.
I like the clarification on Ric Flair.
Yeah, welcome in,
You
Rick.
hurt my feelings, I crush your toes. But don't mind me, I'll walk around in my little pretty bows. This ain't for people who got no skill. Go ahead and use the dollar bills.
Okay.
Okay, word. Cool.
There we go.
Dope.
Yeah.
Now let's keep it moving.
It's a tough one. That was
Okay,
pretty
now
closely
it's
matched
over.
there.
Who's the dopest rapper? Who's the wackest cat?
Okay. Genevieve, I love seeing your rhymes. It's fun. I think you're right? We don't always get to make poetry or like test ourselves
Gotta
like
get
this
them
in everyday
votes in.
life. So it's a lot of fun doing it like on the spot. It's a little bit stressful, but I love it. Yeah, they both did well, absolutely.
Like I can improv. I can improv if it's like at the pace of country music, but not at the pace of rap music.
Yeah.
I can kind of make it up as I go, but at a slower pace.
Okay, there's your winner. Good job, MCs.
My
That was
every
hot.
thought is in
But now we
rhyme,
gotta
says
set
Rick.
one.
That was
Perfect.
pretty.
And now we gotta win.
Wow, 50K
money.
cheer
Thanks
bonus.
for all the destruction you caused. Shadow Master is out. Ain't no room or space for
So
this
I
up
think
here.
Gene
Peace.
is the game. So the game won. But Jesse, look, you got 2nd place. Congrats, Jesse. Nice.
I got 2nd place.
Yeah, so
Where did
really,
it
I think it's about to load it. In my heart, you got 1st place, Jesse. There's like a list of winners now.
say full person?
I don't think Gene was a real person. I think Gene was like the game like playing with us.
Oh man. I was gonna say congratulations, Gene, because I thought that was a human being.
Yeah, I know, this is scary, right? The computer got us. But Jesse, you are the #1 human being, so nice.
Thank you.
We'll take it.
Rhyming phlebotomist and bottomless. That's what did it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jesse, I think really Jesse won. Yeah, Rick says AI taking over. So I think if we want, we do have time for, it'll probably take us a little bit past 7 o'clock, but I'm fine to play one more round, Jesse, if you're up for it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
would love to play it.
we'll transition after. So let's do new players.
I think we'll still have time after for the
Yeah.
for question and answer
What are you
and
robots
stuff.
doing here anyway?
Yes. Okay, so I'm hiding the game just so I can make sure that Jesse and I are in first. So Jesse, I'm showing you the room code here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll let you enter on your phone and then I'll unhide it for everyone. Alright. So the room code is, I'm gonna write a new message to pin in chat. So Jackbox TV, and the room code is HMKT. So if you can pin that so people could vote, that would be great. Angry, oh nice. I'm a little bit sad. I don't think I'm gonna be the. I think Rick is a Tamagotchi now. I'm jealous. Tamagotchi was the best one. Okay, I'll just give it a couple more seconds just in case. Okay, so
Are you free? Okay.
Okay.
My life transitioned from free T DeVito to free Toe DeVito.
It's Frito's time to shine.
It is.
Doors open in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we got 7 for the second.
We do.
Check it out.
And so
You
I
know
think
it's
with
Shadow
odd
Master
numbers, I
MC.
think
We got
Gene
a
from the
lot of,
game
let's say,
joins
interesting
in.
cats up in here tonight.
So we'll have an even
DJ
8.
Rach,
So let's see
tell
if
them how the
that
game
happens.
plan is about to go
Let's
down.
see. Yeah, let's see what happens.
And Rick, yeah,
Also-
this is a family-friendly stream, so we'll try and keep it that way. Thanks for
Here's how you
asking.
do it. We'll ask you for a word or a phrase. Oh, we can skip ahead, sure.
Okay, we're gonna skip ahead.
We got an odd number of battlers.
Yeah, we're celebrating
That's not
National
the mic, and let's
Poetry
go ahead and
Month
get in this
tonight with Jesse, our guest here, who is the City of Reno in Nevada Poet Laureate. So we're gonna do one more round of Mad vs. City, then we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna do our one-on-one interview with Jesse, where we get to learn more about his
All right, all
poetry.
my hip-hop heads, we need you to write a word or a phrase, then an entire line that rhymes with the one that we give back to you. You gotta do that twice. Now, if you need help, just use that suggestion button.
All right, give me a cool nickname. I can't. What is a cool nickname? Let's see. Oh yeah, thanks, Wiglet. All right. Oh wow, we got 2 fast writers here. Okay, a noun. Something you make. Okay. Minute and a half. And while we're waiting for everyone else to finish, I wanted to also thank Jesse, who let me know you don't play a lot of games, and so I always like when people who are newish to games join in with us. So thank you for taking that leap of faith and making poetry as a giant robot with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, 40 seconds left for everyone. $30 seconds.
You can use right for me to have us fill in your line.
I forgot to make things happen by clicking the buttons.
Oh. Yeah, I think I call it the train.
running out of time, dog.
All right, 10 seconds left for everyone. And just remember that the timer is actually 4 seconds behind what you actually see on
Here's
screen.
the draw. Check out who's going head to head.
Okay.
Check it out. This is the first
You had to
battle
click
of
so
the
much as
night.
draw
Let's
anything.
do
I know,
this.
right?
Remember to hit those voting buttons during the rhyme. We need to know if it's hot or not.
Okay, Frito DeVito versus Lil Sizzle.
All right, let's do this here.
When my words come at you, your feet will cry. Trust me, I ain't lying, I stay flying.
Triple rhymes.
I'm not one for chit chat, I like to spit. Stay on track, we always lit.
Nice.
That was okay. Wasn't the best I heard, but it wasn't the
The
worst
announcer
either.
is so mean. That
gotta
was a
get back to
beautiful
that.
rhyme. They always say, yeah, that was okay. It was great. That was a great rhyme.
I was raised in the
Okay.
top part of Chipotle.
Little Sizzle.
Everybody said no way. I'm fast, so use rewind to see my courage. This particular line is scratch and sniff.
I love that for you.
That was kind of cool. I know you could do better than that, though.
It was
Battle
really
is
funny.
now officially over. Use
The
your
announcer is so
devices
shady, I know.
and figure out who it is that was the dopest MC.
This is a poetry positive space. Ooh, close one. Reno DeVito just barely edged out Lil Sizzle. Congrats.
Congratulations, Shorty. That was pretty decent. Good job. Where my next 2 robots at? Let's do this, y'all.
That is close.
Okay,
like
Rick
how-
versus Jesse.
Money.
I got more bling than a housewife of New Orleans. Shout out to all the Bravo heads who know what that means. My rhymes are fresh like a ripe new persimmon.
Okay.
Kiss you like Gene Simmons and punch you like Robin Givens.
Nice.
Thank y'all. Let's keep moving. Yo, you gotta get that.
I'm so hot I got sponsored by Supreme. Who's this dude? You need a new
Nice.
dream. I'm the one with the golden throat. Get out your note toad in the gut.
Love it. I love when people have multiple rhymes in the same line. That was good.
Garbage.
It wasn't that garbage.
That was great.
All right, y'all, it's voting time. Let's make it happen.
Oh, this is hard. Oh, I liked both of them.
Did you forget to vote?
I like how Ricochet has the 1 and the 5 for the I and the S.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good. I always like when I see that on license plates when people make like clever words with the numbers.
So can you look at the list and tell who's a computer player and who's a human player, or no?
I think Gene is. Oh, that was a close one again. I think Gene is a computer, and that's it for this round.
Good job. Good job. Congratulations. Hey, man.
Close one.
Please don't step on
That was
me.
good, Rick. And congrats,
Now it's
Jesse.
time for the next matchup. Where my 2 battlers at?
Okay, me versus the robot.
The math checks out. I'm 100% nervous. Did I insult you?
He's
Why
don't
won't he
step
serve
on
us?
me.
I got 8 secret
That's
arms
funny.
like an octo dude. I don't show them at once. That would be rude.
Okay, nice. Good computer rhyme.
All right. Thank you. Now we got to move
Okay.
on. Now it's your turn. Let's get it in.
The Avengers call me. Cat. I meow at bad guys wherever they're at. I don't rely on
I like how
chance, make my
the
own
one
music
inside
like.
the
I
robot
know
for
I'm the
Gene
best,
is wearing
don't
glasses.
need
Yep.
to rank it.
Yo, time's a wasting. Let's keep it moving.
I miss my
Yo,
Tamagotchi
check
bot,
it
but
out. Now it's time to
I
use
like
your
that. This
devices
one I
to
look kind of
vote
like
on who brought it
Samus
strong.
from Metroid, so I will take that as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like a combination of Metroid and like Boba Fett from
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah. I have like a second
get
face
those
on the
votes
side.
in.
It looks like a face. Maybe it's like a VHS, like a cassette tape. The cat part was hilarious. Thank you. Rick says he's a projector. Yes. Yeah, I got like a projector eyeball. I liked my cool cat rhyme. I was pretty proud of that.
And our winner is you. Congratulations.
I need my next 2 MCs to step up here. You ready to go?
All right, last round, I think.
I've got mad knowledge, I'm a real Madame Curie.
Ooh.
I'll drag you down to Hades, I'm all three furies.
Oh, this is so good! Wiglet! Oh my goodness!
And Darkeen home pageant trophies. It's a life of hard choices, R.I.P. Sophie.
Okay.
Wiglet, I love how smart your rhymes are. They're really great.
Show them your strength.
I'm the best MC in all of outer space. Can't even get on case.
Yeah, what?
My mom always says I'm her #1 honey. But I don't know why I'm so lonely.
Oh no! That's so sad.
That was okay. Now let's keep it moving. Time to vote, y'all. Who brought it and who didn't?
Oh.
I love how creative people are. These are great.
Let's get those votes in expeditiously.
Okay, 10 seconds left to vote. Wiglet running away with the $100,000.
Okay, here's your winner. Congrats. Good job, y'all. Good job.
Asher said, if I can't win the game, being clever, gotta go for the pity. There's still 2 more rounds. Yeah, he said, if I can't win the game being clever, I gotta go with a pity, he said. That's okay. Hello. All right, next round. Okay. Give me a proper noun, a celebrity. That's good. Is my dog a celebrity? I'll put my dog's name. Oh no! Okay, I had fun with my rhymes. A minute and a half left.
That's the beauty of this game, is like, no matter what, I'm having fun.
Good. Yeah, because I don't know what they're gonna put in a second half when I say give me a noun, and then you see the line, you're like, oh, okay, that's how you use it.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky. Like, it asked me for a city before, and that's all it did was like a proper noun that's a city.
Mm-hmm.
And I said New Orleans.
Okay.
And my wife is a huge Real Housewives fan.
You got about a minute
So I had to throw out the
Real Housewives
shout out. But I kind of got lucky with that one.
There's the train. Okay, 45 seconds for everyone. Silver, thank you. Silver said, Simba's the best celebrity dog. Just wait until you see the line they used to describe my poor dog. It's really funny.
You still can't think of anything? You can choose.
I like how there's a billboard for platform heels, but it's like platform heels on robot.
Yes, yes. And I like the play on words. No need to be short. Circuit. That's good. All right, 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. All right, just in nick of time.
Here's the undercard.
I almost got another building down.
Better get some of that money. Okay, let's get our first battle on.
All right, Angry Ostrich, you versus the game.
I gotta go get against Wiglet this round.
Or you're weird. Like the circus lady with the beard. Your life so far is just like Reno. Wish that movie had Elf. That would have been fun.
Okay.
that food. I know you can do better than that.
Okay, I like the Alf reference, Gene.
Gotta come strong, too.
All right, Angry Ostrich, you got this.
We all disapprove of your dog,
I like how
but not as much as your claws. I didn't recognize you with all that water. Robot out here turning into a monster.
Okay.
Word. Cool. That's dope. Now let's keep it moving.
Dope.
Ding, ding. The bell has rang. Vote to see who was the dopest MC.
Wiglet says, "Oh my gosh, as a clog wearer, I have been shamed."
Voting time.
Clogs
Right
are great. I have a pair downstairs. They're coming back, right? Have they been back? I like clogs. That's all that matters. They're comfy.
I've heard that clogs are back, but I don't ever know what's in.
As long as you like wearing them, that's all that matters. Congrats. Look at you with 100% of the votes. He says, really threw myself under the bus with that dog choice, though. What did they ask you? What was your noun that you had to put in? I'm curious.
Next two robots. Let's go.
Okay, Rick versus Lil Sizzle.
This will be a good one.
If I were you, I wouldn't try it.
Oh, Lil Sizzle's hyped. Look at that.
Or else
Bouncing
I'll
around.
make sure you
Yeah.
leave crying.
I don't hate this.
Hold on, now you're about to get jumped. Wait a minute, we getting bombed.
Oh, I see you got a pro around us. Yes,
Ooh.
superstar rapper.
Let's go. Your turn.
It's your wake-up call. Time to get multi-rhyming. No faulty timing, this baldy is
Oh,
shining.
nice.
You don't belong here, go back to your
Okay.
You trying to fit the crooked shape around the prism.
Those are good
Okay.
rhymes.
Y'all, let's keep moving. The battle is over. It's time for you to pick up your devices and vote. Hit the voting button. Pick somebody.
I do like that the countdown is like a record player. That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 3 seconds.
And like it spins every time it does the second count.
Mm-hmm. Congrats, Rick.
Oh, we lost 2 people voting.
You voted, and this is what happened. Congratulations.
Do we still have
Where my
7 in the
MCs
game?
at?
We do,
Kathleen?
Come on,
yep.
Get down. Let's get it started.
Okay, Wiglet and Jesse.
Uh-oh. I better bring my A game for
Sweat is
Wiglet.
pouring from all of your earlobes. We need the FBI to check you for fear probes. You spend all your money on whisk. When you need an actuary to assess your risk.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I see what you're working with. Next MC.
That was really funny. Good job, Jesse.
I'm
Thank
busy
you.
hustling while you're busy extorting.
Okay.
Your mama's died of sending money and I'm outside
Oh, I
cavorting.
love that.
Watch out.
Cavorting.
I'm gonna throw you like a Caesar salad. I've got a peachy glow, but your mug is looking pallid.
Oh my gosh. I love that Caesar
All right,
salad
all
and
right.
throw.
We
That
heard
you can
that.
throw
Let's
salads.
keep it moving.
It was really funny.
Check it. Tell
These
me
are
who
both
was the
really
whack
good.
Cat, and then tell me who was the hot
I wish I could
mind.
give you both my votes. Cavorting is a great word.
Time
And Jesse, I
to
loved
vote.
earlobes and fear probes. That was also a funny, like a
You
double rhymes.
yeah. What is that? Multisyllabic rhyming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 2 seconds left. Congrats. Just barely edged Wiglet out.
And now we got our winner. Nice job, kiddo. All right, where my next 2 MCs at?
Okay, me versus Frito DeVito. Frito's
You're
up
not
next.
on my level, you're way too happy. Too many rappers are yappy yappy. You're like a cartoon. A regular Jimmy
Oh, I
Neutron.
love that Jimmy
Who wants
Neutron.
pizza? It's on me.
That's good. Thank you for the Jimmy Neutron reference.
Wasn't the best I heard, but it wasn't the worst either. Now what you gonna say after that?
Okay, my turn.
Here's my message, you're guaranteed to flunk. No good grades for you, you will be sunk. You're so boring. You remind me of Simba the Shiba Inu, who's actually not boring and super cute. Early you won't.
Alright, I see you, swag. All right,
He's not
that's after
boring.
you use your
I promise the
devices and
dog was
vote.
really cute. I had to do that.
You gotta get them votes in.
Silver says, "Oh no, so rude to the puppy." I know. Angry Ashish and I both had bad luck with our. We try to have like positive dog rhymes. Oh, a tie. Nice.
All right, you see it. The numbers don't lie.
Okay, I think we have one more round.
Now that was a hot battle.
So how does it decide the winner bonus
Let's check
if
out
it's a
those
tie?
scores.
I don't know. That's a good question, Jesse. And congrats, you're in first place. Okay,
All right, now this your
so
last chance.
last
Go
round
ahead
with
and get at 'em.
everyone.
Let 'em know what
From
the real
cheers.
is.
Okay, yeah. So I guess it determines it from people cheering.
Hello.
Okay, Jesse, you're my opponent. Oh gosh. Hmm. A preposition. Okay. A minute and a half. It's gonna be a close one, I think.
I'm gonna see if I can destroy another building in this last round.
Okay. Is that you?
Yes.
Oh. Alright, I'm trying to call the train.
Giant laser that just came up
Those
from the
thumbs
robot
faster.
that
Time
shot
is
from behind
halfway
it.
up.
There's the train.
I've taken to try to have it be like more dissing in the rapping, like in Eminem's 8 Mile.
Like
So-
in a nice way.
Yeah, no, in a nice way.
Yeah.
But to try to embrace the idea of the rap battle from like a,
Remember to use that
as though it's like
button
robots
coming up
battling
blank.
in the downtown Detroit somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 20 seconds left. And Wiglet said my internet was down for a bit, but I got my rhymes in. Nice. Glad you're back. Glad your internet's
Yo,
back as
sometime
well.
today
We'll just
you're
blame
running out of
those
time.
those winds down south in southern Nevada right now. All right.
Yeah, kudos to you, Wiglet. You're bringing it tonight.
Yeah, you've had some
Look at
really
this
great
card,
rhymes.
matchup on
Just
matchup,
totally
goodness
made my
on
night.
goodness.
You ready? You ready to get at him? Then come on, let's hear that.
All right, let's see who we're facing.
You get less hype than the grand opening of Olive Garden. You don't like flowers?
Sizzle
I
and
beg your
Gene.
pardon?
Mhm.
You want respect? You give me butt kiss.
Okay.
Know who I saw once in Vegas? Dick Butkus.
Okay, Gene.
All right, thanks. Now we gotta move on. You got an answer for that? Come on, come strong with it.
Nice. Well played, Gene. Nice.
Come get some if you think you're cool. Later on, catch me in a pool. I don't sweat the small stuff and you're very weak. I ain't afraid of you. You remind me of a little old bee.
Oh, that's cute.
All right, peace and love. Let's move on. Time to pick somebody to vote for. Let's get those votes in.
A little old bee, I live. I know, it was so cute. That was such a cute rhyme.
Let's get those votes in.
Congrats, Lil Sizzle.
We have gotten our winner. Congratulations.
Where my next two robots at?
Okay, Wiglet versus Frito DeVito. Frito's up first.
Quick question, are you legit or a banana? Because what you're spitting is in sonatai, y'all don't know me. How sad you look in your little jacket. And they all lived happily ever after.
I like the... It's very surreal. Are you legit or are you a banana?
Where the next bot at? What, are you lost in space?
When I hear your voice, I want to emulate.
Oh, good word.
I like the rhyming of banana with insanity.
You should apologize for being so pathetic. Last time I saw the doctor, she said I'm pre-diabetic.
Oh, no, Wiglet.
All right, thank you. Now we gotta move on. Okay, y'all, now the battle is over. Use your devices to vote.
These are good.
So we're in the middle of the final round now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so after they announce the winner, we'll take our break and then I'm really excited to hear some of your poetry, Jesse. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Congrats, Wiglet.
We got our winner. Congratulations.
The next two robots, come on down.
Okay, Angry Ostrich and Ricochet.
I can't listen to you, it makes me clench my fists. Kid, this is it, I've reached my stench limits. Never have I ever met someone so dismal. And your disillusion rhymes are abysmal.
That was pretty good.
All right, I see you, Swag.
Good rhymes.
All right, you're up.
Good message.
You're down for the count, so better stop rapping. Just kidding, like any good young lad, you're more boring than I love Lucy. Now I can't stop thinking about the word Lucy.
That's really...
All right, thank you.
I love Lucy.
Now we gotta move on.
It's really funny.
Right now is the time.
Oh,
to
these
vote.
are both
Start clicking
good.
that button.
Gosh. You're both winners.
Time to vote.
I love both of these, honestly. It was really hard to pick one. Asher said, last round finally hit my stride. Yep. Congrats.
Okay, there's your winner.
There's the phone.
Here's the best of the best.
All right, Jesse, I think it's
Time
me
to
and
see
you.
who's really number one.
Oh, we're battling each other in this round?
Uh-huh, we are top two.
See what happened. Oh, you're going first.
My nickname for you is Lil Box of Pastries. You're gonna crumble and flake and be all cakey. You want some of this? Well, step on about. Happy National Poetry Month. To the rooftops I'll shout.
I thought it was the last one I should shout out National Poetry Month.
All right, thanks.
Well played. Well
All right,
played.
it's your
Got that.
turn.
You don't talk the talk. All I hear is squawking. You'll end up lying in chalk, so you best get to walking.
Ooh.
I'm making you cry like a little koala bear. While the crowd all over my city gives me a holla there.
I am imagining a little koala bear.
That was okay.
Really
wasn't
cute.
the best I heard, but it wasn't the worst either. Okay, now it's over. Who's the dopest rapper?
Who's
the announcers throw
Yeah. Okay, vote for your favorite human. And Rick, yeah, no, we appreciate you being here. It was great having you. Thanks for sharing your rhymes with us, and yeah. You're a good sport. Really appreciate having you play with us.
Oh, there you go.
I'll take my National Poetry Month money.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Shorty. That was pretty decent. Good job. That's what's
That was a
up.
good
Now let's see who
relevant rap. I love that.
Thank you.
And there's the winner.
Okay.
Be sure to thank him for
One. Congratulations.
I made almost $1 million for my rhymes.
Well, at least a human being won.
Yes.
We out of here.
We'll take it. We'll take the... Yeah, Jean lost this time, so yeah, congrats. All right, everyone. So we're going to take our 5-minute break now, reconvene, and then we're going to get to learn more about Jesse, hear some poetry from him. Really excited. So we will be back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. So see you all very soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks so much for being here with us tonight. We are streaming with Jesse James Ziegler, the new City of Reno Poet Laureate. And I think this is the City of Reno Poet Laureate puppy. Is that true? Or dog? Is it Honey? Is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah. She had the name Brandy at the Humane Society, and we wanted to change it to Honey.
That's a good name.
When we got her from the Humane Society, she had been there for 200 days, and so we wanted to give her a new name and a fresh start.
How long have you had Honey?
A few years. We got her in March of 2020.
Wow, yeah.
And she was probably 2.5 then. So she's basically 7, maybe 7.5. But you never really know because the age is just an estimate.
Mm-hmm.
But she's about 7 or 7.5 years old, we figure.
That's very cute. I think my dog is about the same age. He's 7 right now, turning 8 later this summer. But yeah, we always love when we see pets on Zoom, pets on Humanities at play. So I'm so glad that Honey could make an appearance tonight. Jesse.
It's all about play. She loves to play. So she heard about the event and she wanted to be a part of it. She couldn't figure out how to type her rhymes into the screen for Madverse, but she wanted to be a part of the Q&A.
That's okay. So, all right, well, Jesse, this is the part of the stream where we get to learn a little bit more about you. So I thought I always like to ask our first time guests sort of some origin story questions. So I'm just gonna throw a bunch at you. So what brought you to Nevada, and have you always known that you wanted to be a poet? Have you always loved poetry? I'll start with those 2 questions.
Yeah, well, I came to Nevada from Virginia, where I was living in both rural Virginia, working on an organic farm, and working in the autism program at a private school for special needs kids in Rockville, Maryland, called the Ivy Mount School, and working with the speech language pathologist there as a applied behavioral analysis teacher and job coach and mentor for kids that were completely nonverbal. And it was interesting in their articulation programs how using verse and using poetry and using song help kids in their receptive and expressive. I always loved poetry ever since I was a little kid, but it really made me look more into taking it more seriously and doing it more in depth. And then when I moved back out west, because I was raised in Grass Valley, California, and wanted to move back out to be closer to my parents while they're in the winter of their lives, closer to them, but I didn't want to move back to California. I wanted to move somewhere where I knew I could get set up with a job, where I was within a short drive of where they are. My mom's in Colfax now since my dad passed. And the Sierra Nevadas, Lake Tahoe, Gold Country will always be the place that feels like home to me, as far as that region feeling like home.
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved to Reno specifically, I met up with Ian Watson, the founder of Spoken Views Collective, all the way back in 2006. And I moved here in September of 2014. So he had already been doing it for 8 years at that point. And I realized for the first time that I could be a part of a group of people that their first love was poetry.
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of been a theater kid, and I've always been an outdoorsy person who's kind of a nature enthusiast, which is why I'm looking forward to doing the Poetry in the Park walk next week with Nevada Humanities and the Truckee Meadows Parks Foundation on the 10th. There at Chrissy Cullen Park here in Reno. But I realized when I went all in on poetry that is really the one thing that I've never given up. Wherever I've moved, wherever I've lived, wherever I've worked, I've always come back to poetry. and always stuck with poetry ever since I was a little kid. That is, I'll probably settle down in this area, I would imagine. I'm very attached to the Biggest Little City and Sparks and just Western Nevada, the whole Truckee Meadows region, really. Being in the high desert, so close to Tahoe. But Reno has such an amazing art scene and so powerful of a body of poets here that I've just fallen in love with it. And my wife was raised here. She went to high school here, went to UNR. And so she's very much more of a local than I am. But I've been here, about going on 9 years. It'll be, I guess it'll be 10 years come September. In September, I will have been here 10 years.
Oh, that's really exciting.
I can start considering myself a local now.
Yeah, that's great. And just speaking of art really quickly, in the chat, we love the painting on the wall, Jesse. That's such a beautiful painting behind you. It's great.
That's by a friend of mine who is also a poet. He's a visual artist and a tattoo artist by trade, but that's done by Orlando O. and Leslie. They co-painted that. And I fell in love with that as soon as I saw it and saved up for a while because I wanted to give them their asking price. And so I took a picture of it and saved for several years, actually, and then reached back out to Orlando to see if he still had the piece, and he did. And so I offered to buy it. But that's been the backdrop for every single episode of Collective Breath that I did through the Bruka Theatre, that I started doing that as a way for people to connect online when we couldn't gather during the pandemic here. So I love that as a backdrop. It kind of reminds me of Mila Kunis, but it's not supposed to be anyone in particular that's an actual human being, or of just like the spiritual nature of Mother Earth, really.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. I think just totally sets the stage for a conversation about art and poetry. So I guess I'm curious, Jesse, what kind of poetry do you like to write? This is kind of a lead-in of, I know this is kind of a treat for everyone today. You wrote an original poem just for us tonight, which is so great. And then I know you have a couple others, but in general, like if someone asked you to describe your poetry, like what would you say?
Well, I try to write uplifting poems. I try to be realistic about some of the, depression and injustice that is in the world, but try to write things that pull hope out of the realism in the world, to try to engage in perhaps the genre of magical realism. To try to pull magic from the mundane is a phrase that Alok Vaid-Menon has used before, and I like that. Pulling magic from the mundane is one of the jobs of poets. But I tend to write rhyming poems. I do write poems. I'm going to share one tonight that isn't a rhyming piece, but is just a piece that I memorized, one of my bread and butter pieces, so to speak, that you can always go to. And the piece that I wrote for tonight isn't a rhyming poem, but by and large, I write rhyming pieces that are storytelling-like pieces, kind of in the nature of cowboy poetry, where there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to the story, usually in a ballad style with like an A-B rhyming scheme, that tend to be long-winded. Usually it's not uncommon for me to write a piece that's 3, 4, 5 minutes long. I have a couple of pieces that are 6 minutes long, and that's pretty darn long when it comes down to it as far as sharing. A lot of poems are 1, 2, maybe 3 minutes max, which is the Honey's decided that she wants to move.
That's okay.
But the limit for National Poetry Slam standards is 3 minutes. if you're going to engage in a slam poetry competition. So that's kind of the line to mark whether or not it's short enough to be a slam poetry piece or longer than what would typically be a slam poetry piece if you're going to engage in those kinds of competitions. I don't know. I love being what I would call a prompt poet. I tend to lean more towards performance poetry than page poetry, because I feel like a poem is most real and most impactful when it is shared with others. But there's something to be said for the initial text that somebody might read in a book, that it's like you're giving it away to the world, and you don't necessarily get to defend the lines because someone's reading it within the confines of their own personal space. One of the things I love about sharing poetry aloud is that it gives you the opportunity to have conversations with the artists afterwards about the title that they chose, or an individual line that resonated with you, or about a theme or a prompt that really struck you and stuck with you over time. So all of those things are fair game within the realm of Monday night poetry that I do every week at Shims on Monday nights, as the name would indicate, where you have first timers who have never gotten up and shared anything before, and people who are sharing well polished, memorized pieces, and everywhere in between. But these are great questions, because everyone comes to poetry for different reasons. It's one of the least cost prohibitive art forms that there is. It's one of the most approachable because of that, one of the most approachable art forms that there is. And it's right now in the middle of National Poetry Month, where there's all sorts of amazing events going on here in Reno and all over the country, really, with regards to festivals and live events and interdisciplinary events and readings and question and answer periods. So I'm just glad to be a part of that mix by doing events like this one.
Yeah, no, it's really special that we have a whole month to really draw awareness to the power of poetry, and of course beyond. We have a couple of comments in the chat. I'm just going to read them out loud so you can see them too, or hear them. So Silver said, yeah, it's so easy to fall into making poetry longer when you're talking about your own poems. Wiglet says, that's so interesting, Jesse. I love to perform theater. It's so rare that I perform my own poetry. Definitely has me rethinking my schema on that. I think this goes into your, when you're describing a like being a prompt poet and performance versus text. That made me think too about how I engage with poetry. I feel like I rarely get to hear it out loud. Currently, I do a lot of it, reading. So I'm excited that we get to hear some poetry from you in just a little bit. And another comment, something I love about poetry is how people can draw different conclusions about what the poems are about. Always interesting to hear. Yeah, so I would encourage everyone, when Jesse reads his original poems for us here in just a little bit, right? We can do exactly what it is that you just explain that you love about live performances, where we can ask you about the title, we can tell you our favorite lines, tell you how the poem made us feel. So don't be shy about sharing that with Jesse.
Well, first I'll share a piece that I wrote a while ago.
Okay.
That just talks about the power, I won't give too much away, but it talks about in the poem the power of something that we all share in common. The title of it is Waiting to Inhale. I used to lie on the bottom of the pool, face down, eyes closed for as long as I possibly could. This caused problems with more than one lifeguard, at least two friends of mine at the time. I used to fill my mouth with dihydrogen monoxide on dry land and then run to see how long I could hold the water. I used to light candles, as many as I could get my hands on, just to see the limitations of what could be blown out with one sweep. I was convinced by the age of 7, should I live to 113, I would be able to acquire good luck and a wish come true by simply standing triumphantly over a red velvet cake. I saw very early on, if you can control your breath, you can master your voice. And if you can master your own voice and share it, you can control the collective breath in a packed auditorium. But just don't, as Hallmark might suggest, take someone else's breath away. Borrow it for a moment. Let it know that all breath is shared, that it is not alone, and give it back to its rightful owner. If you can pull the strings made of air, you can make mountains move. If you can strike that chord upon this earth, you have found at least one reason to live. And I desperately needed a reason to live. So run, stretch, do yoga, lie on the bottom of the pool, play hockey, hike with the dog, blow out as many birthday candles as you possibly can. Rule the world, save each other and yourselves. So that was Waiting to Inhale. That's what I like to call a bread and butter piece, because it's one of the pieces that I maintain memorization of that can be shared in a multiplicity of contexts. And I shared it because it is, meeting like this over Zoom is reminiscent, with the painting in the background, is reminiscent of when I first started the Poetry Book Club and the weekly wellness writing workshop that go by the name Collective Breath. And there was a line in the poem that you control the collective breath of a packed auditorium. That's where I got the name from the Poetry Book Club and the weekly wellness writing workshop, Collective Breath. That it came from that line of the poem that resonated with Mary Bennett of the Bruka Theatre of the Sierra. And she liked that name and wanted to use that phrase for the name of the weekly wellness writing workshop that we used to do, that became the monthly Poetry Book Club once I started doing a live open mic at Shim's for Monday Night Poetry. I didn't want to lose that Poetry Book Club and meeting online for people that don't live in the area, or they don't want to meet in a bar, or they're not old enough to meet in a bar. That it allows for people to still want to embrace the art form of poetry, but can't necessarily, for one reason or another, be at that venue.
Well, Jesse, thank you so much. I know you can't see the chat, but I told everyone to put a 1 in the chat. We have a million ones for you. We got some emoting, clapping cats. Thank you for the cat clapping emotes. I just felt, you just totally came alive with your poem. And in chat, After said, you can see the passion and hear it. He's in his element. That was really special getting to hear you. And also, oh my gosh, I am so bad at memorizing things. That was just incredible. Like, how did you memorize all of that? Amazing. So thank you for sharing.
Well, it takes a lot. I'm a theater kid, and I have a hard time memorizing lines for theater, even when you have the cue lines to kind of guide you through. So what I do, I write it by hand, and then I type it out, and then I read it aloud from the typing. And in the process of reading it aloud to Honey, who left, she's usually the one who read it aloud for the first time when I'm out on hikes with my honey girl. But reading it aloud to my dog, or my wife hears a lot of the rough drafts, that's when I know what the final edits need to be. That's when I get the cadence down and the tone down. So then when I get the final draft, the final version of it that I know I'm not going to make any changes to, then I'll record myself saying it on the sound app on the sound recorder app on my phone. And then I do what's called total immersion, where I will go on a hike in the desert and carry the pages of the text of the poem while listening to myself reciting the poem in my headphones. So I'm reading the text of the poem, listening to myself saying it, and I say it out loud.
Wow.
While listening to my voice and reading it on the page, so that I begin to have this kinesthetic learning where I'm walking and I'm engaging in movement, and I'm associating that with the pacing of the poem, as well as being able to visually if I close my eyes, it's like I can see the words on the page. When if you're in a distracting environment, as a tavern usually is, it allows for me to kind of, if I close my eyes, I can see what line is next on the page, even though I'm not looking at the page anymore. So, and then I just need to drill it like that over and over and over again until I get to a point where I can practice my pieces while I'm commuting. And that helps me in traffic because I don't like traffic very much. So I usually work on memorized pieces while driving to and from work.
That's smart.
And drilling, pieces that way. Do we have time for a couple more shares?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, feel free to share your next poem with us.
Okay, so this second one is a cover poem.
Okay.
For anyone who can see this, the book is called A Mind of Winter. And I was encouraged to, it's A Mind of Winter, Poems for a Snowy Season, selected by Robert Atwan, introduction by Donald Hall. And when it gets cold, I know we're into spring as far as the calendar is concerned, but here in Reno, it was snowy, it was windy, it was cold, it was dark today. And so it made me think of all of the people who are dealing with houselessness here in Reno. And it made me think about just the idea of humanities in general and embracing the humanity that we have for each other, because we all do share that breath that I talked about in that first piece, Waiting to Inhale. And so along the lines of people dealing with houseless issues and the winter holding on and not being done with us yet, and it being snowy and cold outside, and dealing with the concept of humanity, as Nevada Humanities is such an amazing organization for focusing on the humanity in all of us. This piece is called Begging for Change in Winter by Rafael Campo. This season always makes me think of peace, or dream of it, at least, as I ignore the signs of its receding from the world, the headline's promise of another war, or dream of it, at least, as I ignore an unkempt man who begs for change, who keeps the headline's promise of another war, the rich against the poor, it's me against. This unkept man who begs for change, who keeps reminding me of my humanity. The rich against the poor, it's me against the forces of injustice, all alone. Reminding me of my humanity. My coffee burns my tongue. It hurts to drink. The forces of injustice, all alone in bed last night, I dreamed this happy dream. My coffee burns my tongue. It hurts to drink because I'm nearly dead from thirst. And then in bed, oh, last of nights, I dreamed. This dream was like my dream of peace, except peace wins because there's no one dead from thirst. And then the world was pure again, receiving gifts and giving them. I tossed the man my change. This season always makes me question peace. And you can't see it, but there's a little picture in the book of a fox running through a snowy field. There might be too much of a glare, but that poem was put on my heart today from Rafael Campo, and I wanted to share that because of the weather here. I know we probably have people listening and watching from places where it's not necessarily snowing, but that's what it was here in my city. And so I wanted to share that piece.
Yeah, in chat, Dawn says beautiful. Yeah, that was a beautiful piece. Thank you for choosing that and sharing it with us.
No worries. I appreciate all the feedback. I can't see the feedback, but thank you for sharing the feedback with me, Kathleen. And then finally, the third of three pieces that I was hoping to share tonight was written specifically for tonight.
Yay.
It's not because I just finished it, but it just was thinking about on my arm. Well, I can't. My sleeves won't come up, but on my arm, across this forearm here, if I could pull the sleeves back in cursive writing, it's tattooed, "Remember how to play." And I got that in Cusco, Peru, when I was down there on my way to Machu Picchu. And I was blessed enough to see Machu Picchu down there. But when I was in Cusco, I had that tattooed because I visited a village that had been washed away for the most part by the flooding river that was nearby. And I showed up thinking that I was going to work in some sort of work party. There was this poster put up in the lobby of the hostel where I was staying that mentioned people wanting to volunteer for a work party. And I went there to this village. I rode on a bus. They provided transportation to and from this village. And when I showed up, I looked around for tools and I thought I was going to help do something that I thought of as work. And people pulled out milk and they pulled out juice and they pulled out a soccer ball or a football, as I should say, and all of these games. And what they really wanted us to do as volunteers was play with the children. And many of them were wearing their school uniforms because that was the only outfit that they still had that didn't get lost or damaged in the flooding. And so there was kids running around in their school uniforms and kids running around in the only outfits that they had. And they had lost everything of material value that we might think of as valuable. But they sat there laughing and playing and speaking to me in Spanish. And I was doing my best to reciprocate in Spanish that I know, and playing football and drawing pictures in books and sharing juice and milk. And it was one of the greatest days of my life. And I thought, I need to remember how to play like these kids. I need to remember how to play because they have the right spirit. They have the right approach, the right attitude. And people kept thanking me all day for helping out. And I felt like I needed to thank everybody else because I was just truly blessed to be there and to play a little bit of football and to draw some pictures in the book. So through Humanities at Play, I thought of the concept of play and how important it is. We get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. We get caught up in things that stress us out and deadlines. But this piece that I wrote for tonight specifically is called Press Play. The innocence of laughter, the abandon of running wild, following rules and parameters set forth with varying strategies in approach of a known objective, a desired goal, a worthwhile outcome. The games we learn early in life must be carried out as we age. These sports we fall in love with teach us about life and each other. These screens we gaze upon, holding control in the palm of our hands, reflect us somehow. These boards we traverse show us beginnings, middles, and ends of stories we would otherwise have never heard. These dice we roll demonstrate the difference between chance and fate, luck and destiny. These worlds we conquer allow us to live as another but rest in ourselves. These puzzles we solve reorganize the cosmos of our mind's eye. These words we arrange with intention help us time travel back and forth, yet remain present. These blocks we stack build better worlds and help us climb to the heavens in pursuit of them. These pieces we move us in more ways than one. These rings we toss latch on to things eternal. These teams we join make us part of something larger than ourselves. The innocence of laughter, the abandon of running wild. Give us hints of the hereafter through dreams of our inner child. For life can be such serious busyness that we may not always have the words to say, yet the universe will grant us forgiveness if we remember how to play. Thank you for listening to everyone who's out there. I love sharing.
Thank you. Okay, so again, one's in chat for applause since I know that Jesse can't see the chat, but I will convey like just the rows of ones for virtual applause. And then Wiglet says, I love that the language Jesse uses is very accessible but still evocative. It makes the poems great fun to listen to.
Thank you, Wiglet. Thank you. And kudos to you for your performance in Mad vs. City.
Yes. Yeah, we had some beautiful, like, I think Mad vs. City just reminded me, right, of playing, like, wordplay, playing with words. We got to laugh, and then it was just very, just great, just a variety of words that people use. And Honey is back. We got our, I'm just going to call her the Puppy Laureate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Jesse.
I think Honey went stuck some snacks from the kitchen from Mom. He's
perfect.
Because she loves to play too.
So, yeah, Jesse, again, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And again, also the story of your tattoo. I think that was also really moving. I really appreciated that lesson of, sometimes we just need to remember, like, it's okay to play. It's okay to just sort of let loose for a little bit. And that was kind of my, not the only reason, but one of the reasons I wanted to start this program series was it's a play on words. It's the humanities at play in our everyday lives, but also we can have fun with, with learning, with thinking about serious and critical issues, with thinking about poetry. So yeah, thank you for that reminder. I really appreciate it. So,
well, loved it.
Yeah.
I love this opportunity. But thank you, Kathleen.
I wanted to ask, so this is, I know I've asked you this before, or you brought it up previously, but just sharing for everyone in our audience, you have a bucket list of things you wanted to do as the City of Reno Poet Laureate that you shared some of those things with me before. And I was just so in awe. Like, I was like, wow, you have really thought this out. You have things you want to do. So would you mind sharing a little bit more about that, about sort of your plans as City of Reno Poet Laureate through this year and next year?
A couple of them I'm either already doing or in the midst of doing. For instance, it was a bucket list thing of mine I was originally raised in Grass Valley, California. And next weekend on the 13th, they're doing their 8th annual Sierra Poetry Festival. So I will be there all day for anyone who's in the Grass Valley area and would like to meet me in person and talk with me in person. I'll be in Grass Valley, California all day next Saturday, the 13th of April, for the Sierra Poetry Festival, as I said. So I'm going to get a chance to attend that for the second time, but I didn't get to stay for the whole day last time because I was with my mom and it wasn't really her cup of tea, and we were just kind of passing through. So I'm going to attend that. When I became Poet Laureate, I vowed to Stacy Spain, who's the executive director of our center, the local LGBTQIA plus community center here in Reno, that I wanted to start an all ages open mic and poetry group for the people who either couldn't go to Shims because they weren't 21 plus, or they didn't want to be at Shims because of it being an environment where alcohol was sold. And I followed through with that. And since February 7th of this year, I've been meeting not just once a month, but twice a month on all first and third Wednesdays. So we just met on Wednesday that just passed on the 3rd, because that was the first Wednesday. So we will meet again at our center, which is on South Wells Avenue in Reno. On the 17th of April is the next time we're meeting for the second meeting of National Poetry Month. And I plan to continue to do that. So there's at least 4 Mondays every month that I'm doing Monday Night Poetry and continuing to do that, as well as 2 Wednesdays a month for the all ages called True Colors Poetry at our center. So my bucket list goal is to, beyond being Poet Laureate, to keep doing those 6 events per month as a way of both community building and community service. As far as broader goals, I would love to do everything I possibly can within the realm of City Poet Laureate to then, when I'm done with that tenure, to start applying to be the Nevada State Poet Laureate. That would be a huge goal of mine. I would also love to be a performer at the annual Cowboy Poetry Festival in Elko, which is the national cowboy poetry gathering in Elko, Nevada. You had asked me at one point my 3 favorite places in Nevada. I would have to say that the Ruby Mountains National Recreation Area outside Elko, that Lake Tahoe would be 2 of the 3. And then the third, I'd have to say Shims, just because of that tavern being such a community building place for Monday night poetry. And I also love our center too. So it'd be kind of a tie between Shim's and our center as far as places where people can gather and find chosen family, especially for those people who don't necessarily have much blood family connection. Additional bucket list things for me within the poetry world would be to work my way up to a full hour worth of memorized material to do a special so that I could essentially apply to be on a TED Talk and to do like when people do stand-up comedy, it's kind of the marking line is about an hour-long special on a platform like Netflix. Well, I'm at 31 minutes right now worth of memorized material, and I'm working on every day another 15 minutes, which is 5 different pieces that I'm slowly getting those 5 pieces in addition to the 11 that I already have memorized. I'm trying to maintain the other 5 for a total of 16, which would be actually 47 minutes worth of material. And over the course of the next 2 years, I want to be up beyond an hour. Ideally, actually, I would have 2 hours worth of memorized material so that I could go anywhere, whether it was a library or a bar or a kid's birthday party or a funeral or a wedding or anywhere in between, outside in the park, but to just have memorized material that's applicable to any context and any event, so that if somebody asks me at the drop of a hat to share a poem that is relevant to whatever the setting and the event is, I would be able to have already something in my quiver of arrows that I can pull out and fire away. So that's what I'm working up towards, as well as I've got 1 self-published book, but I have the poems for 7 other poetry books that I would love to spend more time editing and curating to finish off the other 7 books for a total of 8 that I have in mind, worth of various themes of poetry books and chat books that I'd love to publish. And I'd love to publish more, or I'd love to submit for publication more individual pieces for literary magazines, for zines, for online publication. I'm looking to just boost my publication credit. So I know that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff going on, and to do as many one-off kind of events as I possibly can along the way, whether it's with Nevada Humanities or the Nevada Arts Council or the City of Reno or the Reno Arts and Culture Commission or the Truckee Meadows Parks Foundation, whatever it is, whatever the setting is, to do more events within the greater Western Nevada region. That my entire platform as Poet Laureate is community service and community building. And so I want it all to be kind of boiling down to community service and community building.
Well, I can absolutely, yeah. No, sorry to interrupt. I mean, you're doing such an incredible, I think people know how active you are in a community for sure. So I think that's very much appreciated.
Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you giving me an additional platform. I've always enjoyed collaborating with Nevada Humanities. I'm hoping that come September of this year that we can have another literary crawl, because I have very fond memories of the literary crawls that we've had in the past, where it gives people who are performance poets and page poets all a chance to meet up together and to bridge those gaps in our community between people who are going to open mics and people who have academic credibility, because we all love the same art form. And so it's good for us to have those opportunities to come together.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to share a couple of comments. So when you're talking about how much content and poetry you want to memorize, Asher said 31 minutes is incredible already. Good job. I know. I don't even know how much. I have Happy Birthday, the song memorized. Like I think I have more songs memorized, probably because it's easier, when you have like a melody to go along with it. But I don't think I have any poems really, maybe like some nursery rhymes. But so just, yeah, it's really, I guess, inspiring just knowing like the amount of work that you put into memorizing poems. That's
doesn't
great.
come easy to me. I have to put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
to get a piece where it's so well memorized that I can do it even amidst distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point that I want to get to, where you're not really thinking about what line is next because you just know it so well that all you have to do is remember how it starts, and then you go through the entire piece, because that's what allows for maximum connectivity with whatever audience you have. That's what allows you to be truly in the moment and reading it to the specific audience, as opposed to just reciting it. You're actually sharing it and getting real-time feedback from the audience based on the beats that you hit within the written word. That's a challenge, absolutely. Some people, memorization comes easy. I know people like that when I did theater. I know poets like that. For me, I have to really work at it. And I don't like listening to my own voice that much, but it's necessary for me to go through that for the sake of memorization, for the sake of sharing, and for the sake of connecting with other human beings.
Yeah. Another comment, Silver said, love the imagery of the arsenal of poetry being a quiver of arrows. Yeah, I love that as well.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, as we come to, I know, can you imagine that 2 hours have flown by? So I was gonna say we have a few more minutes left for, yeah, isn't that crazy? Time flies when you're having fun, when you're playing. If you have any last questions or comments for Jesse, please feel free to put them in chat. Jesse, I wanted to ask you, I guess this, a question I like to ask all of our first-time guests on this program. And you've kind of already addressed this already, but what do the humanities mean to you?
Well, it's really, it comes down to, like, in a world that where there's a lot in politics, and there's a lot in advertising, and there's a lot within sports fanhood. There's a lot in the world that tries to divide us into groups, that tries to divide us into, are you blue or are you red? Are you left? Are you right? Are you Republican? Are you Democrat? Are you old? Are you young? White and black, men and women, and just all these things that try to force this duality upon us. And the simple truth of the matter is that you find, if you take the time to talk with people, and to sit with people, and to eat with people, and to celebrate with people, and to share music and poetry with people, what you usually find is we have a lot more in common than we have that is a difference between us and another human being. That commonality is what's most needed. And so to me, the humanities is the best approach to bridge building that I can think of. Rather than building walls, I want to build bridges where we can bridge those gaps, where we can traverse those expanses within not just listening to people, but understanding people and truly absorbing someone's voice and truly appreciating someone's unique perspective, and to celebrating a diversity of perspective, and celebrating the diversity within our body of human beings. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. That's what my faith dictates as a human being, is that all human beings are in the image of the author of life. And that should be celebrated, not used as an excuse to tear others down. And so I try to, through my poetry and through my work, to build others up and to lift others up, and to, if I'm given a higher platform, to do as Brandon Leake did when he won season 15 of America's Got Talent. The first thing he did was to turn back behind him and hold the door open for other people like me to open for him in his spoken word one-man play Insomnia, that I was blessed to be the opener for the world premiere of that. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to share his platform with me. But if I can share my platform as City Poet Laureate with other people who are just getting started in the art form and give them the courage to share their voice bravely, vulnerably so, from their innermost being, then they can find that cathartic release for loss, grief, trauma, bewilderment, stress. They can find that cathartic release for all of those things that we all deal with in life. It is a very human experience. And that's what the humanities are brave enough to address, is that we all are going through this thing called life together. We all have to breathe in this world. We all will one day take our last breath, and we don't know when that will be. And the humanities are, Nevada Humanities specifically, are the brave organization that are addressing that are addressing what everyone already knows, is that we all are mortal. We all suffer the same types of things, and we're all looking to be a part of something that's larger than just ourselves.
Thank you for sharing that, Jesse. That was really kind of you. And just, I think I wish I lived in Reno right now so I could go to more of your in-person offerings. I think it's so special that you're just so super active this year, and even when you weren't Poet Laureate.
Anytime.
Well, I do have some work trips coming up later this month and next month. So whenever I do have time, I'll try to stop by for sure. And just so you know, in chat, Wiglet says, thank you so much for your time, Jesse. I had so much fun tonight. Silver said, thank you both and all for making it such a nice stream and atmosphere. Yeah, this is just really uplifting. I think I really needed this. It was a nice way to close out a Friday and go into the weekend just feeling refreshed with conversations about poetry and humanity. So absolutely. So I guess before I close out today, Jesse, I'm just wondering, again, this is not going to be the only stream we have together, so I can always ask you more questions in the future, but is there anything else you want to share at the moment or let us know about before we say goodnight to everyone?
I would just encourage anybody who thinks of poetry as something that they have always wanted to try, or they've felt like distant from. I would encourage you to keep a journal and a pen and a pencil on your nightstand or beside your bed, so that when you wake up and you have dreams that are still kind of knocking around inside your noggin, that you write those things down. That when you are out and about, that you keep a little notebook with you, so that when you hear bits and pieces of conversations, or you see, maybe you find a fortune from a fortune cookie that's on the sidewalk as you're walking, or you hear a quote from a song on the radio, or you see a painting that just broadens your spirit, or you see a photograph that builds your humanity, that you make note of those things, because anything can be a writing prompt. A conversation with a loved one, a tagline in a commercial, the chorus in a song, anything can be a writing prompt. And you never know what poetry might help you reveal within yourself. And I believe in the power of this art form to save lives, to change lives, and to broaden our perspective. And so I would encourage everyone who doesn't think of themselves as a poet to try it anyway, because you never know what you might find, and you'll be amazed at the cathartic release that it can bring.
Thank you for that, Jesse. I think that's great advice. I need to find room amidst all of the cups of water on my nightstand to have like a notepad.
So next to the cup of water, keep a little notepad.
Awesome. So everyone here in stream tonight, again, I think we just had such a wonderful time playing with you, listening to your comments. Thank you, Jesse, for all of your thoughtful words tonight, for playing Madverse City. Jesse and I are going to be back on Humanities at Play in a few weeks from now. Actually, the last day of April, April 30th. That is a Tuesday. And I imagine I'll probably email you next week and we'll start thinking about this stream. But we're going to do some sort of, I think, showcase of Nevadan poetry. So really excited to close out National Poetry Month in that way with Jesse on Humanities at Play. But for everyone else, our next stream is going to be in 2 weeks on Tuesday, April 16th from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific. We are going to play the game Venba, which we've done before in this program, but we're going to start a new game with Dr. Paramita Payne, who is from the Reynolds School of Journalism at the University of Nevada, Reno. This is going to be a United We Stand stream. She does really important, I think, and critical work with LGBTQ plus youth and social media, gender, identity. So I'm excited to explore all of that together with her on that Tuesday, April 16th. Don't forget, everyone, that you can learn more about our programs on our website at nevadahumanities.org. If you have time, I did put a survey link in the chat. You're welcome to take it if you have time, just so we can get your feedback. We can improve our programming. If there's someone in Nevada that you want to see on this program, if there's something you want us to talk about, a survey is a nice way to share that feedback with us. Finally, I started putting up more past streams on YouTube on the Nevada Humanities YouTube channel, so I'm slowly but surely getting caught up. You can always watch past streams there. But otherwise, Jesse, again, thank you so much for spending time with us tonight. I'm really excited that you wrote this special poem just for our stream. That was really thoughtful of you, and yeah, I can't wait to see everyone next time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evenings. And definitely, if you're ever in Reno, go to one of Jesse's many, many programmatic offerings. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everyone, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll hopefully see you next time.